Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to do the viewer responses for last week's Rant of the Week, the top 10 takara figures I'd like to see. So we'll get this one just started off. Excuse me, I gotta go fast because I have just a limited amount of time before I have to get ready to go back to work. Because we're understaffed. Again. Alright, anyway. C and Funny John says, I would like to see the Beast Wars line. Mostly the odd ones. So would I. He also says, Shadow Panther, tell me more. Well, Shadow Panther was a KB Toys exclusive black and yellow repaint of Cheetor. He also got a McDonald's release. And was renamed Triperticus Agent for Transmetal 3. Transmetal 2. The third year of Beast Wars. So, yeah. He also says, I have that Optimus, like the former said, that will do, Prime, that will do. He also says, Screwhead, got him Screwhead. The world won't be perfect without Screwhead. All hail Screwhead. Screwhead. Okay. Dulkar, Toys and Stuff, says, I would like to see the rest of the primes as well. I completely agree with that. I would be willing to shell out if they are low on the QC issues for those. Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool, just to have all the different primes. Donald Gonzalez said, I would love a freaking MP blaster. I think a lot of people would, especially one that doesn't have paint chipping issues and is built by KFC. I know some people got theirs and it was okay. Mine was, I reviewed one and it was decent. I wouldn't want to spend a crazy amount of money. And the cassette just, I hear the paint just is all gummy and nasty, and I just, nope. Botwithstanding says, I'm not particularly scale obsessed, but the Beast Wars bots are a lot smaller than the G1 counterparts. A lot smaller. I know Takara wouldn't do this, but it'd be fun if they if a third party made Beast War figures in scale properly with current MP G1 figures. If we use those few scenes from Beast Wars where we see G1 and Beast War bots together in the arc as a reference, then the proper scale Beast War figures would only be a few inches, maybe, if that. That would be a low cost and a fun line. That would be something I'd see like Iron Factory tackling if they did that, and yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah, they would have to be pretty small, but then they would be able to make Rampage in them really big in comparison to them. He'd probably be like a Voyager class, close to MP car size, I would imagine, because he was a big boy. Maybe more mini bot size, and the rest would be like legend size. But yeah, that would be a good line. I would like that. Galvatronus review says it's going out there, but if anyone can do it, it's Takara. I would love to see a city former Metroplex Fort Max Trypticon Scorponok that would scale with the current Deluxe class Combiner Wars and Titan's Return. I know it would be large, but let's do only two modes, city and robot, and utilize the empty space, banking on a lot of hollow within the torsos and limbs as a storage case for the figures. I don't, scale wise, it's not possible. The Generations Metroplex about scales with Legend scale, figures, he'd still be a little bit small. There's no way you're gonna get one deluxe scale. Not for Metroplex. It depends on what your scale is with Trypticon and Scorponok, because in the comics they're just a little bit bigger than Optimus. In cartoon, they'd be close to the same size as Trypticon and Metroplex. But Trypticon and Metroplex, you're never going to see them in scale. Same like you'll never have an in scale Unicron, because if you think about it logistically, it's like a bunch of little Legends figures would have to get in a space shuttle and fly through his eye. So that would mean that he would have to have an eye probably the size of a car window. I've talked about this before. So that would be his eye. So theoretically, 2 car, maybe 4 cars stacked on top of each other, that's what we're talking about for his head for Unicron. And then, Metroplex and Trypticon, they would be too big to make it feasible. Be cool, though. Blaine Davis, Energon Entertainment, says, any other lines creeping into the MP line, like Armada, etc., would ultimately dilute it even worse than it is now. Beast Wars is a good branch, though, but if I had to choose, I want to see the original Tonka GoBots done in MP, plus all the missing G1 stuff. I don't think we're going to get all the G1 stuff. I don't. I think Takara is getting bored with it seems like, because they're kind of reaching out, so it's like, but at the same time, they never advertise that this is a masterpiece G1 line. Nowhere did they ever advertise that. Just, it's the masterpiece of Transformers. So anything could fit into the line, including movie bots and Beast Wars. So it's not that it's going to get diluted, it's just they never technically told us what it was going to be all the way. Dockler Toys and Stuff says, I would love to see an official Jazz, Trailbreaker, Hoist, Skyfire, Jetfire. You won't see him. Most likely you won't see him. Blur Cup, all the Fembots. From the Beast Wars line, I would love to see Pterosaur, Quick Strike, Dinobot, Rampage. Just the whole line, really. LOL. This next one is a bit obscure, but I would like to see it. MP Beast Machines Night Viper. Just my 2 cents. That Beast Machines Night Viper sucked. I think better than getting a new Night Viper, I would prefer to get from Beast Wars 2 Kuroda, I think it was, the Cobra. I thought he was awesome. That figure was great. He was probably one of the better ones from the Japanese Beast Wars line. That thing was awesome. Much better than a horse. Holes Charles says, it's interesting. I watched this video again and I thought about your comment. Takara is the benchmark. While I tend to agree with that statement, I think Takara and the fandom should give it up to Fans Toys for their work, particularly the Dinobots. Stomp, not sludge. John, I don't see Takara holding a candle to that specimen. It's damn near perfect. Willis isn't a slouch either. With regard to Toy World, Takara should just copy them and get a Devastator out there. It's a no-brainer. Yeah, that would probably work best for him. We know that Hasbro and Takara have no shame of copying third-party designs for comic books and stuff, so why not the toys too? I mean, what's Toy World going to do? Sue them for stealing their idea? It won't work that way. I haven't had Stomp, so I can't really talk about that one too much. So, his top 10 list for MPs would be Optimus Primal, Transmetal. Yes, that thing would be badassery at a new level. Megatron, Transmetal. Yes. Which, by the way, in my opinion, is the best version of Megatron of all time. 8 Skylinks, large enough to hold Legend class figures. Can you imagine? That would be cool, but he would have to be pretty big. 7 Skyfire Jetfire. 6 Straxus. 5 Six Shot. 4 Omega Supreme. He'd be huge too. He'd have to be at least as big as this Devastator for it to really work. 3 Astro Train, large enough to hold Legends class figures. 2 Bludgeoned and 1 Deathsaurus. Well, I like it. Alright, Cliff Jacker says, before you said the honorable mention, I was screaming Beast Wars. God damn it, I love Beast Wars. Me too. I mean, yeah. I would and all happy... I would and will happily buy every single Beast Wars figures they release. It's only a matter of time before third parties knocking out Beast Wars. See, it's a no-brainer with the Beast Wars because, I mean, it's a line that people could finish real quick. I mean, there's only 10 characters by the end of Season 1. 10. Not like 70 in G1. Or 10. You can finish G1, or the first season, with 10 figures. And Takara's already doing 2 of them, so there's only 8 figures missing. So I think just right off the bat, they're probably closer to finishing than Takara is for the G1 bots. Let alone like Season 1, Season 2 with all the mini bots and stuff. It's scary when you think of it that way. From the G1, I can only really think of Springer as someone I would desperately want in a masterpiece. Love that guy in the 1984 movie. Transformers Prime, I would love to see everyone from that show in masterpiece, especially the Predacons. That would be quality. Have you heard or seen the spin-off Revenge of Galvatron from Transformers Prime that's being made? That looks immense. Peace out. And Get Loose replies to him, damn, how could I forget Springer? Oh, hell yeah. I keep hearing conflicting things about the Revenge of Galvatron. Is it actually happening, or is it a different company that's just spoofing it, or knocking it off, or who knows? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, Ultron T says MP Needlenose, MP Skyfire, MP Snapdragon, MPG2 Megatron. I think that would probably be more likely than getting the gun Megatron at this point. MP Armada Wheeljack, a new MP Seeker Mold, yes. MP Dinobot and Dinobots, MP Transmetal Megatron, MP Six Shot, and MP Cyberjets, yes. Bulk Height says, good rant, keep it up, man. Thanks. Joseph Finnegan says, great rant. I think you need some cyber jet therapy. Probably. I like your MP combiner idea, but agree that's a pipe dream. I would love to see an MP Omega Supreme and an MP Skylinks. Also, why not do a whole Dinobot group in MP, redo Grimlock, and then do the rest of them? I think it would be good. But I think the fandom in general is probably going through Dinobot fatigue. I mean, we had Planet X. We had Fans Projects, which they're still not done yet. Toy World, G Creations, which I don't think is done yet. Bull's Fire, which folded. Fans Toys, and then Gigapower, which has got one figure out, and Fans Toys isn't even done yet. And then there is Iron Factory's doing one, and I think there's another company doing another for Legend scales. So it's 9 different sets of Dinobots. I mean, yeah, Takara should do them, but I'm perfectly fine with them not doing them for a while. That's a lot of Dinobots. So 9 times, and they're all within $100 to $200 a piece. That's insane. Jesus. Ellie Precon07 says, I would love to see Blur and Cup from Takara. Yep, I would too. Francisco Roldan says, I would love for Takara to finish all the rest of the G1 combiners since Hasbro is moving on to the Titans. So you mean Combiner Wars? Yeah. Yeah, they should. Don't know how they'll do that, but Gen X Okchin says, here's my list of 10 MPs I'd like along with a bonus pipe dream, mostly Decepticons because it would be even. 1, G2 Megatron. I get they can't make a gun Megatron, but at least do something, says the G2 Megatron. And it'd be a no-brainer to paint it silver and just call it the G1 Megatron. I mean, yeah, it's not right, but it's better than our options of X-Transbots. 2, Galvatron requires no explanation. We've gotten Rodimus and Hot Rod twice without his main foe, and it's a movie year. It's appalling we have not gotten a Galvatron yet. I know. Inexcusable. 3, Rainmaker. Sunstorm is not a Rainmaker. Well, it depends on the continuity and when you're watching the screen. The Rainmakers were the really godly solid neon colored guys from the episode that Wheeljack, Chip Chase, and Co. went to Cybertron to fix Optimus Prime. Sunstorm was a yellow and white guy in episode 1. I think those were Rainmakers too. I think there's like 2 different sets of Rainmakers, but I'm not 100% on that. I just love Seekers, so just give me as many Seekers as you can throw at me. 4, 6-shot. The engineering and sculpt would be amazing on a Masterpiece 6-shot. It was main foe for Ultra Magnus in the Japanese G1, so he'd also be a big boy. I'd like to see a 6-shot about the size of MP Magnus. If I remember correctly, MMC wasn't quite that big. He was more like leader class. So he'd have to be bigger. But, I mean, the MMC one is amazing, don't get me wrong. It's just not as big as the MP one. 5, Victory Leo. Star Saber is good. Victory Saber is better. 6, Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. That toy was utter crap compared to the previous movie Leader Primes, which you mentioned could even be MPs. This Age of Extinction one is not. Nothing from Age of Extinction is worth a damn, as far as I was concerned. MP or someone else ought to remake this piece of poo. Not that the toy's poo quality isn't descriptive in the movie, mind you. 7, Ramjet, Dirge, and Thrust, released in a sensible numbers rather than an exclusive that sells out quick and then goes for like 300 cough cough Skywarp cough cough. They're just now announced that they're reissuing the Skywarp for November, so get your pre-order in now if you're looking for the Skywarp. As for the rest of them, it's just there's a reason why I'm not collecting MP, and that's part of it. Or there's a few reasons, and that's part of it, is I do not want to spend $200 per Seeker. No, it's a $60 mold, period. The thing's worth $60 a piece, not $200. And the quality is not, the QC is not there, so no. RAD Megatron, a 6-changer would be an engineering masterpiece if done in MP quality. Imagine a 10-changer. Also, it's a MP Megatron, not the MP Megatron, but still an MP Megatron. Good point. 9, Blitzwing. Perhaps I'm including too many big, complex characters. Too bad. I want them. And 10, Astrotrain. Look above. Pipe Dream is Diatlas, Victory Saber's replacement in the Zone OVA. He managed to kill at least Devastator, Trypticon, and Predaking. Does that awesomeness not deserve a toy? No, he doesn't. He killed Predaking. He doesn't deserve a toy for that. Also, he'd be the biggest MP since he's the taller than Victory Saber, not Star Saber. Not to mention he's He's a quad changer. I voted for him in the poll that Star Saber won. I fear that might have been the only chance, and it didn't work out. So he's a pipe dream. My guess with that Star Saber vote, they're trying to see what was more popular and what to do next. Because notice they did Star Saber, and now they're doing Beast Wars Primal. So my guess is that they looked at all the numbers and see, okay, maybe Star Saber got the most, Primal got the second most, and then whoever gets the next most is going to be next, and then on and on and on. That'd be my guess. But then again, we are our 30th anniversary of Beast Wars, so maybe that's the whole thing. I don't know. Louis Pena says, awesome rant of the week, John. Thank you. Wireless Phantom says, I want Battle Gaia, Masterpiece Predaking, Masterpiece Windcharger, Masterpiece Black Arachnia, Masterpiece RC, Masterpiece Overload, and a Masterpiece Godgrant Jinrai. Yes, those would be good too. 7TGM23 says the entire Prime series needs MP toys, not a huge cast, awesome characters. Yes, they do. I agree. Chris Ugg78U says top 10 Trailbreaker, Hoist, Cups, Springer, Sea Spray, Jazz, Cosmos, Skids, Cliff Jumper, RC, Runabout, and Run Amok. That would be awesome. That MP Runabout, Run Amok that had their own molds, that might actually could tempt me back into MPs, to be honest. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, Big Ray Ox says, great video as always, John. Here's my list. 1, Masterpiece Trailbreaker. I'm not going to read the descriptions on these from here on because we're running out of time. So, Masterpiece Trailbreaker, Masterpiece G2 Grimlock, and G2 Ramjet because Masterpiece G2 Sideweb. Okay, so yeah. Only problem there is I would want a new Grimlock before they start doing that. And then the Ramjet, $200 a piece. Fuck that. Masterpiece Hotlink. Again, $200. Fuck that. Masterpiece Vector Prime. Cybertron Vector Prime. 5 Masterpiece Reflector. Do not get the KFC Reflector. Some people want to get the official stuff and wait for the official things. Some people get the third party. Do not get the KFC one. Just don't do it. It's sitting on the shelf there. I'm getting it boxed up. We're getting ready to ship it back to Big Bad Toy Store. But seriously, do not get that thing. 6, some people may disagree with this one, but I would love to see more Arrival Tech features from Takara. That'd be cool. I would like to see them in scale with MP characters. That's what I would like to see. That way we get a Arrival Tech Megatron in MP scale. Because for me, my Megatron doesn't need to transform. It just needs to look like Megatron. That's what I'd like. 7, Masterpiece Armada Optimus Prime. That'd be good. And 8, an e-hobby style box set that has 3 repaints of the original G1 Starscream mold into Rainmakers. Yeah, that would be cool. I'd like to see that. I know they did the Black Death Starscream and Sunstorm. A repaint of Titan class Metroplex into Metro Titan. Masterpiece mini bots because the only one we have right now is Bumblebee. Yeah, I mean, that's a no-brainer too. Bros Master Gaming says, let's just make the entire cast of the first episode into MP before we do anything else. Because we need an MP Jazz, Trailbreaker, Sunstreaker, Cliff Jumper, Windcharger, Gears, etc. Oh, there's huge holes in the G1 cast. Just did the G1 episode. I mean, there was 6 Seekers in the G1 show. Reflector was there. We don't have a true Reflector. We don't have a true Megatron. I mean, yeah, no. Lewis Penna says, I would love to see another Takara Masterpiece Rodimus Prime and make it better. That would be good. I'd like that. Dark Convoy Reviews says, here's my list. MP Huffer, yes. MP Herald, yes. Although the Make Toys one's pretty good. MP Beast Wars Megatron, MP Beast Wars Dinobot, MP's Beast Wars Rat Trap, all of which I would like. Pipes, Cybertron Optimus Prime, Black Arachnia, RC, and Skids. Honorable mention MP Tigertron, Air Razor 2-packs, and MP Skids. I don't think the Tigertron would be a good one. I think Tigertron and Air Razor, I don't think that would be a good one. They should be sold solo. Unless the Tigertron goes with a repaint of somebody else. I would say something like Black Arachnia, who was originally repainted Tarantulas, but ideally they would be separate, completely separate molds. So I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, that's how I would see. If they did a 2-pack, that's the only way I would see it. But we won't see 2-packs. Big Rayoc says, I remember back in 2010 when they put the movie Leader Class Starscream and Bumblebee in the Masterpiece line. This was a good idea, but it was done poorly. I mean, the Bumblebee was okay, but the Starscream was lazy, as it wasn't even as good as the original release. They could have added some die-cast or some chrome to do this better. Yeah, the big difference for me that I saw was that it didn't have the tattoos all over the wings. And that was actually kind of cool, because in the first movie he didn't have those. So it was kind of more like the movie 1 Leader Class figure. So that would be cool. John Hartnowitz says, hey John, off topic, but did you hear Toy World announce Superior on Bruticus? Yes. Also Minosaur. I haven't heard Minosaur yet. But yeah, Superior on Bruticus, I did hear those. Night Wingdom 1 says, I would like to see Beast Wars get their own subline in Masterpiece. That way no one feels slighted about releases. It's Hasbro and Takara. They're not going to care what people say and do, really. If they want to change the whole Masterpiece over to, Energon figures, they're going to do it, and they're not going to ask you if it's okay. They're just going to do it. Ideally, it would be a separate line, but I don't see them making a separate line just so that people wouldn't complain. Aaron Maurer says, I agree this is a harder list because third party has filled so many holes that you do not need official MP from them. My list would be Jazz, Cliffjumper RC, Jetfire, Skyfire, Megatron G1, Dinobot Beast Wars, Megatron Beast Wars Cup, Astrotrain, all the triple changers, cone heads that are not crap. Yeah. And not $200 a piece. Now, if it was a quality mold that looked really, really good, maybe $200 would be worth it. Maybe. But it's an old, outdated mold that was retooled years ago. They've got more than enough money from it, and now it's $200 a piece. Just, it's not worth it. Wireless Phantom, I'd love an MP Rosanna, because I doubt we'll get a Titans Return version. You never know. Ooh, Brandon Nike says, you say that now about MP Hoist and Trailbreaker, but when a third-party company actually puts one out, several companies will put their versions of MP Hoist and Trailbreaker out at the same time. And then we'll have a big fatigue of them, like Constructrons and Dinobots. Though some may argue that options different than sticks is a good thing. Well, yeah, some people will say that, some people won't. I just think that people should focus on things that aren't being made already. Side rant, Fans Toys just announced that they're doing Blitzwing, and that pisses me off because it's not like they're like, oh, hey, yeah, we were planning on doing this all along. It's like, no. DX9 and X Transbots, they announced that they're doing Blitzwing months ago, and it's to the point where the DX9 Blitzwing is coming out. People are already getting it. And then now Fans Toys is like, oh yeah, we're going to do it too, and here's our render of it. And it's like, dude, fuck you. You're just trolling. That's just low. I mean, come on. and you know, when they did their Hot Rod and Galvatron too, I mean, they put that out a year in advance, and it's like, don't tease me for something that's going to come out in a year. You know, when it's just a render. If you already had like the test shot made, and be like, hey, look, we've already had this made. Okay, I get it. Let's, you know, go with it. You've already put in an investment, but this Blitzwing, you can tell there's no investment. They just threw it together real quick and said, here's our render of Blitzwing. Anyway, back on topic. I hope Takara beats them to the punch so we don't have to see the history repeat itself like official MP Soundwave being the MP Soundwave. However, MP Ironhide and all its third-party counterparts being released at the same time was an indication that third-party will still make toys for the same character in the same scale, even though it's being released officially. You gotta love the TFC Iron Will. No, I don't. I hate that thing. Which is an example of how big, diverse, and widespread third-party has become in the last 6 years. But I guess the good thing, that's a good thing as well. You know, I think the Voodoo Toys was a good one. But the official one was the better. It really was. Lewis Penna says, and a bigger size Grimlock. Yes. Come on. ESERES says, if they're going to do the combiners, as you said, the static builder pieces, then they could just as well release a non-transforming combiner, in my opinion. It shouldn't be hard for Takara to make an MP combiner at all, and especially not Devastator now that Toy World has released theirs. All Takara really has to do is copy the basic engineering, do some remolding to the shell parts, and there you go. An MP Devastator is basically done. As far as I see it, it's right there on your shelf, John. Just missing some tune accuracy, tempograph decals. See, now my point with that was not just to have a big Devastator or combiner that didn't need to transform, so it would look closer to the show, and just all around better, but also to have the individual figures that looked really good in alt mode and bot mode, but were not hindered by any kind of combined mode. So it would be a double hit, double whammy. You've got a combiner that's not hindered by having to fall apart, and then you have a individual bots that are not hindered by having the combined mode installed in them. And then you can also do the, it's like I said with him, it's like he works because he's got all these extra bits, but it's like most of the combiners don't have these extra bits. So it's like Warbitron, Bruticus, the individual bots you could argue are MP scaled, but the combined mode is not. It comes up to about here, I believe. So it's like that's not MP scale. So yeah, that's what I was trying to say. The Toy World did a very smart move with the arms and thigh hip pieces. I think that Takara should copy that solution. All they have to do is to improve on what Toy World already did. As for the Beast Wars line, they can make as many Beast War MP figures as they want, but I won't be that much interested in them. Other than watching the video reviews, Beast Wars is just not for me. It's not for anybody, or not for everybody. But I still think the line deserves its own MP subline, though. Takara should break up the MP brand into several MP sublines, in my opinion, just for the sake of MP numbering. Other than that, it would be nice if Takara got their butts in gear and released more new MP molds very soon. Next MP figure for me will be Inferno, and then it looks like it's back to playing a good old waiting game again. Yeah, they do take their time. Raphael says, possibly a good way to sell an MP combiner is maybe in 3 ways. We get 2 MP transformers in one package, 1 arm and 1 leg, and the torso can be a single individual figure since he would be bigger. And maybe it doesn't have to be from the same combiner team. Package 1 can contain Stunticons and 1 aerial bot, and that's 6 waves of 2 combiners totals. I have to disagree with you on that. It's got to be all the same set. I would hate to be I hated the first 2 waves of Combiner Wars because of that. It's like, okay, I've got Silverbolt, I got Alpha Bravo, I've got Fireflight, and Skydive, was it? And then I have Dragstrip. And then I had to wait till wave 2 to get the rest of the Stunticons and the rest of the aerial bots. It's like, come on. Then they started doing the full sets in each go, but it's like that one was annoying. Keisha Prime says, I want an official MP Jazz. He was the coolest in the cartoon. Yeah. Alright, Daniel McClung says, for 10 wishes for Takara in no real order. 10, a combiner. 9, Beast Wars original character. 8, a proper MP Megatron. 7, mini-bots. 6, a complete pipe dream but an MP-style Unicron. Yeah, no. 5, an MP City Bot. Probably not. 4, MP Insecticons and Dinobots. Yes. I would like that. MP Skylinks. Then huge, but yeah. MP Jetfire. I don't think we'll see it. And 1 MP Rodimus Prime. Yep. There's a simple truth for almost all figures that could be upgraded to a MP figure. Someone somewhere has tried something. It may have been total crap, but they did try. Again, for most figures. If Takara wants to, they could look at what the third-party companies got right, what they got wrong, and would have access to what the fans wanted from the figure. I am not saying they should copy anyone, but you could see what works and what doesn't without even putting pencil to paper and making something unique. They definitely could take some notes from them because they've third party has already done all the work really. Big Ray Ox 500 says, I wonder if Takara will make a Unite Warriors Leo Kaiser. If they do, I wonder if it will do any retooling and including any new molds. I think they will, but I doubt it's going to be retooling. It's probably just going to be 5, not 6 figures. I'm also curious to know if MP Star Saber, Hot Rod, and Optimus Prime will get repaints in the MP line. I can imagine Primal, because in the Japanese toys there was like Burning Convoy and Shadow Convoy, and there's also the Universe version of him that was kind of like a purplish color. So there's actually repaints of him out there. Hot Rod, maybe. I can't think of anything that Hot Rod was ever repainted into back in the day. But maybe. Star Saber, I can't think of anything. Lionel Medina says, just so I have an excuse to buy another Titan, I'd like to see a Brave Max, even though I don't have any connection to the character. Also, even though we are all getting tired of the MP11 mold, I want to see Takara's version of Acid Storm that looks similar to the Sunstorm with matte colors. And also Hot Link and Ice Storm. I also really wish they would reissue MP Soundwave because I never had a chance to get him, and now he costs over $300. And Grand Max. Yes, I agree. They should definitely knock some of those things out. I think they should just knock the rest of the Seekers out in one go and do a box set that's available both Takara and Hasbro. And just be like, here you go. Here's the rest of them. We're done with the mold. It's retired. It's gone. It's over. And just be done with it. That's what I think they should do, rather than dragging this out. Wireless Phantom says, Star Saber isn't a prime, just an Autobot leader technically. I didn't know that. I don't know anything about Star Saber really. MDJK Turbo says, I disagree with you on the combiner being one piece. My opinion, and that's what's the advantage about this is everyone gets their own opinion and no one's wrong. No one's right really either, but no one's wrong. Get Loose 360 says, fantastic rant. I would love to see MPs of characters like Strika, Obsidian. Oh my god. That would be awesome. Leozak, Banzaitron, and Megatron Megaplex. Oh. The Megatron Megaplex, that's a Cyberjet. Yeah, that would be awesome. And Secret Clones, basically all the fun pub and G2 characters would be freaking awesome. They would provide tons of fodder for both Autobots and Decepticon rings. Yeah, see? Yeah, that would be cool. Alright. Quentin says there are a lot of great ideas there. I will be interested to see if any of them come to light. So would I. MDJK Turbo says if like to see MP Jazz G1 and movie, that would be cool. I'd like that. And Jazz Prime 74 says in order from what I want, MP Jazz, MP Dinobot, yes, MP Beast Wars Megatron, MP Beast Wars Waspinner, that'd be cool. Leader Class Skylynx, MP Blaster, MP RC, MP Cup, MP Pterosaur, and then 10 MP Goldbug. I like his design, and the MPB mold is really solid. So if it be a rear tool or new mold would be interesting, yeah. And MDJK Turbo says I agree. Whew. All right, cutting it close there.